She see, back with another video. I know it's been a while since I've actually uploaded. I've been doing a couple lives and everything, but I'm actually back with another recorded video for you guys. And guess what? Today it's actually going to be about makeup, but I'm finally going to give y'all the eyebrow tutorial that I've been telling y'all that I was going to give y'all, because I picked up a new product and I can't wait to use it. Well, 2 new products actually. But before I get into it, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell down below. Let me know what you want your girl to do on her next video. But this eyebrow tutorial will be the first of a series of makeup videos for beginners. Don't mind me, I look a mess, but whatever, we family. But just make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, subscribe, share this with your people, because your girl's about to slay these almost non-existent eyebrows. Okay, so what you need for an eyebrow, for a nice fleeky eyebrow, is either you're gonna need, it's 2 things you can use. Actually 3, but I don't have my powder with me. You can use a pencil and you can use a pomade. And for this tutorial today, I'll be using a pomade. I just got this new Benefits KaBrow brows. There we go. This KaBrow brow in the color, in the number 4. It's a cream gel brow color with the brush. So it comes with the brush and everything. And this is what the product looks like on the inside. Dropped it here. Didn't drop it, I dropped it just now. That's a nice, good color. So I would say one tip for you guys is to make sure that you get a color that is, I would say, perfect for your skin tone. I would say one that not exactly matches your hair, but I would say for a woman of color, it would be a nice deep brown. If you have a colored hair, I would say find a color that matches the hue of your hair, but never black. I can't stress that enough. Unless you're really deep complexion. If you're a deep dark complexion and you need that black to actually, for it to show up on your skin, then that's when you go for black. But yes, a nice deep brown like this will do. And it all depends on your preference as well, because makeup is all about preference. Tools you'll need a spoolie to comb the product through your eyes, and you'll need a brush. You'll need a nice angled brush, a nice smooth angled brush. I have 2. I like to use this one so I can easily go from brush to brush. That's nice and angled. See, there we go. That's nice and angled. There we go. I feel like a real YouTuber right now. And the spoolie. Okay, and then to clean up your brows, you're actually going to need another brush. So if you want to clean up your brows, here's a nice flat concealer brush. This is a wet mild brush. And then you're going to actually need concealer. And the concealer I'm using today, it's new. I just got it. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating. There we go. The e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Primer. Satin Finish. And it is in the color Medium Sand. I get to focus. But it's in the color Medium Sand. I know you can't see. And a mirror. I'm using my Sleep Beauty because it's pretty. And you're also gonna need something to blend out the concealer. So you're gonna need either a brush. I like to use a brush or a beauty blender, a beauty sponge, because that's not the beauty blender. All right. So the first thing I like to do is actually brush my brows up into the shape that I want them to be. So that's what I'm gonna do. As y'all can see, my brows like to act ridiculous. But just brush them up. I like to brush them up first and then shape them into the shape I want. So up, up, and then into the shape. See how that goes? And if you just happen to have some hairs on there, you can use a tool to catch those. I don't have my tool with me. I'm just gonna do it today. Okay, now once I have my brows brushed into place, well, as into place as I want them, now I dig into my product. Not too much, because with this Benefit KaBrow brow gel, a little goes a long way. So you just get enough on your brush to coat it. And what I like to do is I like to start from the bottom and draw my line from the bottom. So please follow along with me, because I know that's how I learned how to do it. But yeah, you just start. And you follow your natural brow line. And if you don't, if your brows like that, like they're invisible, you just make one up for yourself. But I would say, try to be as natural as possible. You don't want people to be looking at you crazy. But, okay, so see, we got the bottom done. I like a nice little arch in mine. And then we go to the top. But for me, I don't like to start all the way at the front like I did with the bottom. I like to start right around here. And I'll show you why in a minute. Sorry, you guys. The phone cut off. Had to make some more room on my phone. But like I was saying, I don't like to start all the way at the front like I did on the bottom of my brow. But like I said, follow along the natural hairline that you have, or you can make up the line if that's what you choose to do. But I know with me, I like to just follow my natural hairline. See. See, now we have our outline. So now we're going to start on the other eye. So just dip back into your product. And remember, not too much. And we can outline the second one. Now my left eye, my left brow always gives me a little trouble. But remember, this is the tip. This is a jewel to remember with eyebrows. They are sisters, not twins. They can look similar, but they're not identical, because we're not perfect. So we shouldn't try to give ourselves a false sense of perfection if we don't have to. So again, starting from the natural hairline. And the good thing about brows is if you do make a mistake, the concealer, when you clean them up, the concealer literally erases all your mistakes. Okay, so you're making that arch and that tail. Now we're gonna do the top of this brow. Alright. Now, like I said with this one, what I like to do is I don't start all the way at the front of the top of my brows, because I like to give that tapered effect, and I like to give the illusion of natural brow hairs at the front. So I'll show y'all once we get to that part of shading and blending everything together. So here we go. And you see I'm starting about right here. Then you do everything with a light hand. You don't want it to be too thick and you don't want to put too much product on. I always say it's always better to go in with a little bit first and then build. It's much easier to build up than it is to try to take away. See, there we go. Now for the front, what I like to do is I don't like to dip back into my product. I put a little bit on the side of my hand right here, and then I like to make those illusions of the fake with the hair, the straight hair in the front with the little bit of product I do have left on my brush, so it doesn't look too harsh. And even if it does happen to look a little harsh, that's what your spoolie is for. Your spoolie helps to, you see that? Your spoolie helps to diffuse the product all throughout your brow. You see that? You see the fake? Now it looks a little harsh right now, but once I go through it with the with my spoolie brush, everything's gonna come together, I promise. Now to fill in, I like to once I start to really fill in, I like to start at my tip, at the tail of my brows. And I want my tail to be the darkest part because that's where the least of hairs are for me, like around this end. And I like to fill in the direction that my brows are going, just to make sure it gives the illusion of like actual hairs. So I like to fill in the back more deeper than I would up here. Then I will start to continue to use a lighter hand for the body, I guess that's a good word to say, of my brow. Then I get lighter and lighter. But make sure you fill in the little spaces in between. There we go. Keep doing it at the direction that your brows grow in. So once again, I like to go like here because my brows are growing downward, and I just apply just a little bit more pressure to the tail, and then I'll start lightening up and I start doing upward strokes to the left. You see how it's not as dark as the end. Then I just keep going. I keep getting the more I go to the left, the harder I press, and the more I go to the right, the lighter I press, until it's filled in to your liking. There you go. Now, the next part I like to do is I like to take my spoolie brush and I like to distribute the product as evenly as I can. See how the brush lightens it up at the end? And I really like to go hard where this line is so it's not too harsh on the bottom. And see? Go to the other side and do the same thing. And you just put the product through, comb it through, like you would do your hair products. Sometimes I like to brush it both ways to get it within those like really scarce spots where the hair is really scarce. And then if you see that the line is a little bit too dark, like where you see I might have added just a little bit too much pressure, you just use your spoolie and you brush it downwards to diffuse that little line. You see? Then you brush it back up. And there you go. You keep doing it. I say you never can blend too much with any makeup product, honestly. If it's a good makeup product, see? Now, we might look a little crazy, but my favorite part is the cleaning up. So, I'm gonna take some of my, once again, it's the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Satin Finish concealer. I had to get the hydrating one because I am a dry girl. My face is very dry. And I got it in the shade Medium Tan. So I'm gonna get some out. I love the applicator on here because it's nice and thick. It gives me enough product without having to go in there. And then I put some on my hand. There we go. Get my concealer brush. It all depends on the concealer brush. I think this one gives me it gives me more coverage in the eye. It's a little bit more precise. I know some people use a smaller brush. I have another concealer brush. See if I can find it really quick for you guys. There's another one I use. It's a different shape and everything, but it takes me a little bit longer. This is an e.l.f. professional eyeliner brush, but it takes me a little bit longer, and I've had this for a long time. But I've came across this one, and I really like it. So what you do is, for me, I don't really do the top of my brows. I just I don't really clean up the top of my brows unless I really have to. But I just try my best to really get it in the shape that I want up there. And then what I like to do, I like to start at the arch right here where your arch starts in your brow, and I clean it on up. And the thing is, if you did make mistakes, you can really shape your brow into what you want it to be with the concealer. The concealer does all the magic for you. It does all the work. And then I like to bring it down. And there we go. Then off to the other brow. And with the concealer, I like to use a brow concealer that's about, maybe this feels like about 2 to 3 shades lighter than my skin tone. It all depends on your preference. But I use the concealer, but I also use this concealer to prime my eyes for my eyeshadow. So I like a bright concealer so that the colors pop. But I do it again on this brow. And some people really can't talk when they do their brows because they really want a smooth and clean line. There you go. So, and then I actually love watching brow tutorials because I just love how they really sculpt out their brow. That's my favorite part. And then you try to get them as even as you possibly can. See, I had to clean up that tail just a little bit more. And I think we're good for the most part. But the thing is, if you do mess up, you can easily add more product. You see how I went just a little bit too high right there? Well, I'm gonna show you how I fix that in a minute. So I use my brush to actually blend it in and down, in and down. Blend it. You see how there we go. See? I like to go as close to the line because essentially that's where most of the product is, because that's where you start. That's where you started. So you just keep blending. You be like sis, like our good sis Dory from Finding Nemo. You just keep blending, until you blend it to your liking. And you bring it down as far as you can. You distribute the product as far as you can. And now, remember when I said that I had to fix that little spot right there? You just get a little bit of product. You just dip in there once, really slightly. Flatten your brush out. And you just, there you go. See? That's where you can't really beat yourself up with makeup, because essentially makeup is just paint. It comes off. So your face is your canvas, so you can start all over. Just so you know, you can just start all over. But you guys, and then once you finish blending and everything, you see that right there? There we go. See how easy it is to fix your mistakes? And to add on, see. Now go back in with my spoolie to make sure everything is together and smoothing out for my liking. See how it kind of looks like nothing's there? I go up a little bit. Boom, boom. There we go. Also bring it out a little bit in the middle. Boom. There we go. Then spoolie it through. And by God, you have brows. And then what I like to do is like to really make sure you have a nice blend is to come back with my beauty sponge. And this is actually the, I believe, yes, this is the Japanese beauty sponge. I really love it. It's really soft. And I got this from Target, I believe. No, I got this from TJ Maxx for like, how much did I spend? Maybe $3. I'm gonna go between the range of $3 to $5. So I was very happy when you can get this good sponge, good soft, good quality sponge for $3 to $5 from TJ Maxx or Target, instead of spending $20 on a sponge for the beauty blender. But you guys, that is my eyebrow tutorial. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you like, subscribe. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed below. I thank you so much for watching. I thank my sunnies, my sunflowers, for coming back. If this is if you're already a sub to my channel, just know that I love you guys. And always remember that you are a sunflower. So stand up tall, because your moment to shine is coming. Love you lots. Bye.